Breaking story coming in from Fabrizio Romano. Antony completes Manchester United medical in there for you and is expected to be unveiled as a United player on Tuesday, and very many other stuff to follow. Even Martin Dubravka is set to undergo a medical tomorrow to go ahead and really complete his move from Newcastle to Manchester United. We are talking Wan-Bissaka. We are talking how the board has really gone ahead to really collapse the plans of Erik ten Hag to bring in other signings at Manchester United, and we are really having lots of people to talk about onto this channel, which goes by names of United Matters channel in there for you. And today, obviously, is the last story of the day, and we are here to bring you what it's all about, Antony and very many other signings that Manchester United has brought on. Rokan David is my name. Thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. We are almost hitting 7,200 followers, sorry, subscribers on this channel, and you guys are the ones who are really making it happen. You guys are really great. I really love your work. Thank you for what you are doing, and please keep pushing and really take us to where we're supposed to be. And there is no way I'm going to go where I'm supposed to be on this channel of the United Matters channel without you guys. We are moving this journey together. I bring you the content, you view the content, you subscribe to this channel, you smash the like button, and you keep spreading the love. So let's get into this, because it's the late night video and it's the last video of the day that I'm doing in here onto the United Matters channel. Fabrizio Romano, just like 30 minutes ago, he has told us that Antony has successfully completed his medical and will be unveiled as new United player on Tuesday. Martin Dubravka set to undergo medical tests in the next 24 hours to complete his move to Manchester United. I think a lot of focus is so much on Antony from the viewers of the United Matters channel, because the second video I really did was so much viewed by you guys, and you really showed me love, and I said, oh guys, why should I sleep without letting you know that he has really completed his medical in Carrington, and that is Manchester. So Antony, as I told you in the previous video, that he had already arrived in Manchester, and after arriving in Manchester with the private jet that they had hired, Antony got driven to Carrington. You know, that black van that really carries players to Carrington, and he underwent his medical and he passed it. And I don't know why it's happening fast. Obviously, everyone will think of United want to submit the paperwork tomorrow. As I told you in the previous video, they want to use Tuesday, Wednesday, up to Thursday afternoon when everything is done. They want to get the visa for Antony, the permit for Antony, and later they'll get in what we call registration from the Premier League. And I think Erik ten Hag wants Antony to be part of the Leicester game. According to how things are really done rapidly, I think they want him to be part of the Leicester game, to go in and really play, such that he really gets first feel of the Premier League side of United, and then on Sunday he might even start to go in and face the side which goes by names of Arsenal at Old Trafford. So that's what Fabrizio has really told us, that Antony has completed his medical. He's going to be unveiled tomorrow as a player on Tuesday, and obviously the rest will be history. He will be the second expensive signing of Manchester United. Brazil in the for you. He's a Brazilian, and he's going to join his fellow Brazilians, Freddy Casemiro at Manchester United, and his former teammate at Ajax, Lisandro Martinez. I've been reading stories around, popping around, letting us know that, all right, Ajax will let us know the real exact amount United has gone ahead to pay in for a player who goes by names of Antony. For me, I don't care. I don't care. What I care about now are the results. Let no one lie to you that I really care about the money. Why should I care about it? Because this money was not meant to be spent. The reason as to why United is spending this money is simple. The Glazers are afraid that Sir Jim Ratcliffe is going to take over this club. And if at all they don't go in and really please the fans, they're losing the club. That's why they're doing this. That's why they're doing this. Let no one lie to you. It's not done in a good spirit, you get? But the Glazers are really trying to play what we call, they're trying to fool everyone around. And when we don't get them out, you're not going to see them go into another market like this, because as we speak right now, we've so far spent £200 million. I think for the very first time, I've had United spend £200 million ever since the Glazers came in through. Trust me, It's going to be hard for us to go in January signing a player. That's it. It's going to be hard. They will tell Ten Hag, all right, you were there, we've signed in, we spent 200 million pounds, and obviously we don't have money. You're going to hear those stories. But the more pressure we pile on them that they are leaving, they're going to go in and sign in more players. But that's not how a proper footballing club like United should be run. A club should be having a budget, and we should always go for the first choices. That's why I told you that amidst everything happening at the club, the Glazers, the board doing trash, Ten Hag has benefited from all of this. Out of the 7 players he has wanted first choice, he has gotten 5. Who has not come? De Jong and Darwin Núñez. Maybe even Dumfries. So, out of 8 players, he has gotten 5. I think for him he's benefiting, but obviously the people at the top of the club need to understand that we are not here for jokes. Then Martin Dubravka, assistant goalkeeper of Newcastle, joining United. A medical is going to be taken because personal terms have already been agreed as confirmed to us by Fabrizio Romano like 3-4 hours ago, and he's traveling to Manchester United tonight to undergo a medical tomorrow. What does that show you? If a player who is in Newcastle, already in United Kingdom, is going to be examined by the medical staff of United tomorrow, and Antony, a player who has flown from Ajax to Manchester United, is being examined and his medic has been completed, it shows you that United want him badly to be part of the squad traveling to Leicester. That's it. That's it. And they want him to be here in the game of Arsenal. So they firstly want to see him play against Leicester and obviously play against Arsenal. That's what they want, obviously. So let's wait and see what's going to be happening tomorrow at Manchester United, because it's all as planned by Erik ten Hag. Now, Prem source has told us that Antony will take the number 11 shirt at Manchester United. Mason Greenwood remains on bail and does not have a future at the Red Devils anytime soon. So that is being brought us by Prem source. Prem source is really a guy that is really so close to different credible journalists, and he was a freelance football journalist at Guardian Sport, BBC Sport, and ESPN. I wonder why he has come out and tweeted something about Manchester United, because he always tweets a lot about Arsenal, but you might never know what source has really told him, because these agents have also told you that things are changing. It's no longer about Fabrizio Romano, David Austin, Di Marzio. You get? It's all about what connections do you have. We've seen big stories being broken by 3rd or 4th tier journalists, and they've come ahead to surface and really come true. Let me give you an example. Casemiro to Manchester United was broken by a source from Real Madrid, And if I told you we are here to go in and really wait for Fabrizio Romano, David Austin to come in and really say blah blah blah, stuff is happening, it would have taken us close to 2 days, because it would have taken us a day, because they came out to approve that information within a day. So these agents now have people outside there who really are good at approaching them, and they give them information, and that information is really put out there. And today, a little bit to Arsenal, there is a teenager who plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. He's known as Mudryk. Is it Madryk in there for you? Modric. He's called Modric. He's referred to as the Ukraine Neymar, or the new Neymar. He plays very well. He has a quick foot. He really sits down players. You get? He sends footballers to the wrong foot. That is that guy. And guess what? That story has been in the news for like 2 weeks. And it has been true. Guess who has confirmed it today? It's Fabrizio Romano. But who broke that story? A 3rd tier journalist. And again, do you remember Benjamin Šeško, linked to Manchester United, who broke that story? A Slovenian journalist, I think it's like a 7th tier journalist. He broke the story and it came to the mainstream. Fabrizio confirmed it, and all the people around top tier journalists confirmed it. So put respect to this guy. Let's wait and see whether Antony is going to be given shirt 11, because it's one that he was putting on at Ajax. But remember, he wants to shirt 7 a lot because when he was still at Sao Paulo, I saw his photos when he was still putting on shirt 7. Even at the Brazil under 20, he was putting on shirt 11. That is a player who goes by names of Antony. But kudos to Prem Source for letting us know the shirt number of Antony that is going to be putting on at Manchester United. Then Patrick Berger, he's the chief reporter for Sport 1 in Germany. He has told us that Antony should already be part of Manchester United squad on Thursday. Guys, I've started to believe that Antony is going to be part of the squad traveling to Leicester. As I told you in the previous video, that let's wait and see how far this is going to take. Why? When you look at how they've taken, or how quick they've taken to go and really do his medical, it's like they're on time. If they want to submit the papers for Antony, that everything is done, then they'll chase for his visa, and I know by Wednesday latest the visa will be out and the work permit, and obviously on Thursday he will be registered and will travel with the club to Leicester. That's why they're really doing this in a hurry. Dubravka, the goalkeeper from Newcastle, as I told you previously, he's in London, he's in United Kingdom, in Newcastle. Is it Westlands, that side? And they've really carried out a medical on a player who has flown in from Ajax to Manchester United first than a player who is in England. You get? Yet, Antony, before he arrived, Fabrizio had already told us that United has agreed a deal with Newcastle. So you can really weigh in both of these and see and know why everything is really going on like that. But obviously, Antony is expected to be part of the Leicester City game. And there is something I want to chip in before I really go into the story. Obviously, if you're Erik ten Hag, you can't fail to really let this guy into your starting 11, all part of your squad. The way he fought to come to Manchester United, the message you put out when you were leaving Ajax, that anytime you need me, boss, I'll be available. You get? He will put his body online for Erik ten Hag to win. And this is what Ten Hag wants. For the very first time, I've seen a manager of Manchester United getting close to 5 first choice players that he wants. And all of these have come in and fit directly into the team, and they are fitting the team like a glove. Lisandro Martinez, Malacia, Eriksson, Casemiro, and I 100% believe that even Antony is going to fit into this team like a glove because he's really talented and he likes to fight for the manager, and I know he's really going to hit the ground running. And the beauty of it is that you can't bench a €100 million player, or a player who've bought £84 million. So that shows you that Antony is here to start. He's here to start. He might not start against Leicester. He might not start against Arsenal, but trust me, where we are going, he's going to be a starter. And I pity a man who goes by the names of Rashford. If at all he continues to play like how he's playing, obviously, he's going to be benched. Sancho will be playing off the left attacking side of the midfield, Antony on the right, Martial playing centrally. That's how United is going to be lining up into these games. So, we are here to wait and see what is going to happen at Manchester United, but Antony, the force and pressure he put on Ajax to let him really come to United, I think, has really pressured Erik ten Hag to go in and say, all right, I should be having this player against Leicester. And when you look at the stadium of Leicester, they are really a team that is playing very badly because even on the weekend, they failed to beat a Chelsea team that were a man down for close to 60 minutes. It shows you how bad they are. But you never know. They might want to wake up on us. And obviously, we have another attacking player that has been brought at Manchester United, and that is Antony, whom we expect to go in and really get the job done as soon as possible. Then, do you remember this manager of Ajax, Schroeder, who replaced Erik ten Hag? He was asked and said, Antony is going nowhere. I talked to him. He told me that I'm not going to leave Ajax. And I've always told you guys, managers are meant to talk shit. And this is what we call eating your vomit. You get? He has vomited and is eating his vomit. This is it. Now, he was asked today, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Antony. Is it confirmed? Then Schroeder said, I haven't heard anything. I was very certain that he would stay, but this chance is getting smaller. Obviously, obviously he has gone ahead to admit that a player has left Ajax and no longer wants to be playing here. So guys, next time managers, do what you're supposed to do because you're on contract and the board really tells you what to say, but obviously you will always know the truth. No team has always come out and really said the player wants to go. Ronaldo obviously wants to go. He has put it out in the media with his agent, keeping on trading him to different teams outside there. But guess what? Ten Hag will always come in and say that Ronaldo has told me, he wants to start Manchester United and I'm planning on him. You get? But recently there is a statement really put in and it was really so much questionable, and that's what I've always told you, that Ronaldo and Ten Hag might have fallen out way back and people have not yet known it because in the previous 2 games he has not started any game after the game of Brentford. In the game of Liverpool, when he was brought on, we said, all right, maybe we need to run a lot and we couldn't run a lot. But afterwards, we said, all right, Ronaldo is going to start the game of Southampton. What happened? He played only 25 minutes in the game of Southampton. What does that mean? The manager no longer has him in his plans. That's why he really put Rashford to lead the line. So, I think he has really come out and really got to know that Ronaldo is leaving, and I also keep my stand. If Ronaldo wants to stay, let him stay. If Ronaldo wants to go, let him go, because there is nothing good you earn from really keeping a player who doesn't want to be here. Now, Fabrizio Romano has given us an exclusive that United are set to sign Martin Dubravka. Here we go. Full agreement reached. Loan deal with buy option of £5 million, not mandatory. It's agreed with Newcastle and player side. He will travel tonight on Tuesday. Antony and new second goalkeeper coming. Obviously, Antony passed the medical. He's going to be unveiled tomorrow. I think even this goalkeeper is going to be unveiled tomorrow because United are ready to really line up 2 signings on the same day to really make the noise that they really deserve. And even this goalkeeper, for him, I think is going to be part of the Leicester City game. Reason being, he has been playing for Newcastle, and obviously he has a permit and visa to play or work into the United Kingdom. So what does that mean for him? It's going to be very easy for him to really get a visa. Sorry, for him to be registered because he already has the visa and work permit. But for Antony is what you're waiting to see whether it's going to happen at Manchester United. So Martin Dubravka is coming in as a second choice goalkeeper, meaning that Tom Heaton is really suffering from the lies of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Tim Heaton told us that he came at Manchester United with an assurance of him going to be played as a United goalkeeper. Second choice, meaning that plans were get Dean Anderson in goal, sell De Gea, and obviously put in Tom Heaton as the second choice goalkeeper. That was the plan at Manchester United, but the plan fell apart when Dean Henderson went to the Euros and he really got a hip injury. After getting a hip injury, obviously, he didn't start the season, and De Gea started the season super well. And remember that penalty saved against West Ham and really got us 3 points. Because if at all McNoble had scored that penalty, we would have gotten just 1 point, missing out on 2. So he started a season with a lot of form, and obviously, Dean Anderson couldn't get himself to where he's supposed to be, and obviously, he was really thrown back to the bench. And that's why you saw him really come out and really spout fire when he really carried out an interview with BBC. Was it BBC or The Athletic? When he was at Nottingham, he said, I wouldn't like a new manager to come in and really see me because he would like to keep me at the club. That's why he forced in a move to Nottingham before even Erik ten Hag saw him, because he was asked, have you talked to Erik ten Hag? Have you met him? He said, no, I didn't want any manager to look at me because he would have kept me at the club. So, but he's doing well at Nottingham. He has saved so far 2 penalties, one of Declan Rice, and yesterday he saved the penalty of Harry Kane. So, that is a man who goes by the names of Dean Henderson and obviously Tom Heaton. They are really going to suffer because Martin Dubravka coming in through, meaning that he's going to be the goalkeeper of United in the UEFA Europa League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and you never know, he might displace David De Gea in certain games in the Premier League because we have a manager who wants to play from behind. It looks like Dubravka Dubravka really plays well. He's a sweeper goalkeeper and he's a ball-playing goalkeeper at Manchester United. Then, David Austin, my namesake, is telling us that this is a story that is so shocking, guys. If Wan-Bissaka was to depart Manchester United, a replacement would be required, and there is little expectation of that happening at this late stage in the window. Have you heard? Have you heard? This is what the Glazers are really bad, and that's why we need to keep them out of the club and sell, to force them sell. They bought Wan-Bissaka at £50 million to Manchester United. That's the amount of money they paid for him. Now, a team wants to give them £20 million. They don't want to take it, and that is Crystal Palace. They are paying between £15 million and £20 million. The Glazers don't want to take that money because it's another set of transfer that will prove gone wrong if at all they really go in for that amount of money, and they don't want to be in the spotlight. But if at all I'm the Glazers, I just look at what Chelsea have just done. Chelsea bought in Lukaku Romelu at 100, close to £100 million. Guess what happened? After getting a very bad season, they loaned him back to Inter Milan. No future at Chelsea. They've accepted the loss and they are going in to go ahead and really do the needful. And guess what? What you never knew is that there was a clause that when Inter Milan sell Romelu Lukaku, United gets close to 20% of the amount of money, and the Glazers bagged into that money last season. Obviously, they are doing the same thing. They want, if at all Wilfried Zaha is sold from Crystal Palace to Chelsea or in the club because he left with 1 year on his contract, obviously they're going to get 25% out of that money. So that is like a chip in. But I was telling you that the Glazers are incompetent. They don't want to sell Wan-Bissaka, and the reason is they don't want to get exposed. But obviously, if at all a footballing club, every club has made a loss. Every club has signed a player and has really been a total loss. Look at Man City. They signed a player known as Mangala from Portugal. He was a flop. £45 million by then. It was a huge amount of money. Liverpool. You get? There are players they've brought in and not worked well at Liverpool. Same applies to Arsenal. Same applies to Chelsea. Same applies to Spurs. Very many teams have signed in players and don't work out expensively, and they really sell them off. So, I see no reason for Manchester United and the Glazers not to allow this guy to go out to a side which goes by the names of Crystal Palace, because that's where they want him to be. And I've seen stories being traded by an account on Twitter known as at Sport that Barcelona want Wan-Bissaka for Serginho Dest. They can take him because he's not a ball-playing player. He's good defensively, but he's not a ball-playing player. Yet Xavi's first primary demand at the club of Barcelona is you should be a football-playing player. Your technical abilities on the ball should be way up there. That's why you saw yesterday he played Jules Koundé as a right-back. He doesn't believe in players who are really mechanical, because I really believe that Wan-Bissaka is a mechanic in the game of play. That's it. So, Wan-Bissaka is going to stay. Again, Ten Hag is going to be having a player he doesn't want to be having. And if at all I'm Ten Hag, I will bring in Brandon Williams, because I really believe Brandon Williams is a better player than Wan-Bissaka. That's it. He gets you a lot going forward, and defensively it's not bad. And if at all he really gets a lot of experience and confidence, he can really go in and really play very well. So let's wait and see how this is happening. And lastly, sadly, we've been told by Jason Bart, a chief football correspondent for the Daily Telegraph and the Sunday Telegraph, that Ten Hag was also looking for another midfielder, but given the expenditure, it is unlikely he will be able to make the bright calibre of signing. So, obviously, we've all been calling for this. We've come in here and really agreed all together as one that Casemiro is a good signing, but it's not enough in the midfield. It's not enough in the midfield, because if Casemiro gets an injury, we are back to the graveyard shift, or the default mode that made us cry season in, season out. That is a man who goes by the names of but telling us that. So it's really so much saddening that the manager is not being backed, and they're talking about him spending a lot of money. I doubt. The money is there. The money is there, as Richard Arnold told us when he made the demonstrators at the club pub. You get? Obviously, we won't really applaud them because it was just under pressure that they went ahead to really get that money out to spend. But obviously, the money is out there to be spent, and trust me, if there is need for a midfielder to be brought in, there is money. There is money. The Glazers have money. They have money to spend because they had not yet spent any money as they've spent today for their entire season, for the entire time they've spent at Manchester United because of the pressure of Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So, get in another midfielder at Manchester United because, guys, people went ahead to hail Scott McTominay in the game of Southampton. Guys, would you like to be having a mechanic in your midfield like that who can't really give you the control of the game, who can't really shield your back four because he's just a workaholic who runs and steps on every grass on the pitch? No positional sense. He can't pass, and you expect me to be happy about that? Are you happy to have Scott McTominay as a backup for Casemiro? For me, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. We should at least get in a player who is a CDM at like 15 million euros because those players are there and you can get them cheaply. I've seen United being linked to Omat. Is it Omat Riley? Central defensive midfielder who plays for Celtic. And I think we can get him on a cheap. We can go to those teams and really get in a player on a cheap. That's it. But the problem is the window is coming to an end. Can we really get them on like 10 million euros or 15 million euros? And there is it called who? Pjanic? Is it Pjanic? Who plays as a CDM at Barcelona? Good player. He's up for sale because Frankie de Jong is going nowhere. So guys, that's what I had for you. The fact is that Antony has gone ahead to complete and pass his medical at Carrington. He's going to be unveiled today. Then Martin Dubravka is undergoing his medical tomorrow. What's your reaction to that? Erik ten Hag denied to Gate. Erik ten Hag has been told that they might not get him another high-profile midfielder that he deserves because there is no money. They've spent it all on the players like Antony, Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, and obviously Malacia. Then, I want to hear your say on Wan-Bissaka staying at Manchester United because the manager has not been backed. So, your thoughts and reactions are welcome into the comment section below. Rokan David is my name. Last video of the day. Keep it a point and keep it to United Matters channel. Let's subscribe to this channel because we are less by, 20 subscribers to hit 7,200 subscribers. But obviously the target is to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of next month, that is September. The next 30 days, you guys should subscribe to this channel massively and let's see where the Lord is taking us. Thank you guys for watching in. Rokan David is my name. May the Almighty God protect you abundantly. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out. Your reactions are welcome. Smash the like button as you welcome Antony to Manchester United as he completes his medical as a United player.